University in the first game of the regional in 2009, and they threw the same kind of pitcher against us, a kid named Chase Richard. They hit a 2-run homer in the first inning, and that junk ball lefty carved us up for like 6 innings, and just it was the most stressful game that you can imagine. That's pretty much how it felt tonight as well. You give their kid a lot of credit. You know, he maximized his ability, threw a lot of strikes, kept us off balance, and they executed. You know, that's a really well-coached team, Grambling, and I have all the respect in the world for James Cooper. And each year they just seem to be getting better and better. And he does a tremendous job, and they really outplayed us for 5 innings. And unfortunately for us, you know, our leader, unquestionable leader, Antoine Duplantis, started another rally for us. Really, he started the 2 rallies for us that got us off the schneid. Got us the first run with a base hit and then the steal, and eventually came home. And then there in the 6th inning, he got us going again right before Bryce's 3-run homer gave us the lead. And then after that, we kind of loosened up and got some good swings off. And of course, Ma'Khail Hilliard was the story of the game. You know, he came in the 6th inning, or 5th inning, excuse me, through 4 innings, 43 pitches. I don't know how many hits he gave up or how many strikeouts he had, but basically showed a lot of poise and took charge of the game for us. And we were able to go on to a victory that we needed to have, and it turned out to be a nice win.
What is it about Ma'Khail that he seems to do his best work when that guy gets to third base?
Well, he's got good pitches. I mean, his fastball cuts like crazy, and he's got a good curveball. But tonight was what we saw all fall out of Ma'Khail. You know, and AD talked to both he and Fontenot the other day after the Texas game and basically challenged them. You know, they've been pitching like they're a little bit afraid, and that wasn't what we saw in the fall. In the fall, what we saw was very aggressive, confident kids out there. So now Ma'Khail stepped up and changed his whole approach and was attacking the hitters, and hopefully tomorrow night Fontenot will do the same.
How much did you need? 3 guys to finish the game tonight, just knowing what your pitching situation is?
Well, Ma'Khail could have finished the game. I mean, he was only at 43 pitches, but, you know, I kept Cabrera out tonight because I wanted to pitch him. He hadn't pitched in a while, and I thought he threw the ball really well in addition to Ma'Khail. So I was glad he got to pitch the 9th inning there. But, man, yeah, it was starting to look there early like we might have to use an entire staff, and going into tomorrow, that would have really made things difficult. But now we have enough pitching for tomorrow night that if we play well enough and pitch well enough, then I think we can be very competitive tomorrow night with the Lions. It'll be an exciting night tomorrow night in Hammond. I know they're already sold out. I'm sure they're chomping at the bit to get the Tigers there, and we're looking forward to the challenge. It should be a lot of fun tomorrow night.
Have you settled on a starter for tomorrow?
Tomorrow will be Nick Bush starting the ball game for us.
Paul, is it frustrating to have those bats wait so long to get started in this game? Or?
Well, that's why we play 9 innings. You know, yeah, you'd like to start out hitting well and keep it going through 9 innings. But if we started off hitting well and then fizzled out late in the game, we'd be criticizing that, you know. So it's hard to hit for 9 straight innings. Certainly, you know, Grambling got our attention with the way we, you know, struggled in the first 5 innings or so offensively, and they were doing some good stuff out there. I know they struck out a lot. Cam struck out a lot of batters, but they had some good hits, and they drew a lot of walks, and we helped them with a couple of wild pitches as well. It's a little frustrating, you know, but man, if you want to pitch, if you want to stymie the LSU Tigers, just throw a soft throw on left-hander that throws strikes. I've seen enough of those guys in the early part of the season. I hope I don't see any more of them the rest of the year. We hit so much better off guys that throw harder than we do those kind of guys.
What do you think of Cam's outing?
Well, like I said, you know, he struck out a lot of batters, but he gave up, what, 4 or 5 hits and walked, what, 6?
3?
He did. No.
Yeah, he only walked 3, or 4, walked 4.
4.
Walked 3 in the first inning, didn't he?
He had only one more.
He only had one more after that? Oh, it seemed like he had a couple more after that. I'm sorry. You know, so what does that equal? 9 base runners in 4 innings? I mean, that's not, and a couple wild pitches. I mean, you know, he had some big strikeouts, and you know, he threw some really good curveballs tonight, and I think there's a role that he can help us in by being able to do that. But you know, just that's too many base runners for a starting pitcher, especially, you know, via the free pass. So, you know, I thought there was some good stuff, but I thought obviously it wasn't a real crisp performance, and That's why he only lasted 4 innings for us.
Is this a home run hitting team with Bain knocking him out now?
Oh, I'm not surprised Bain hit that ball. I watch him do it in practice every day. That ball was where Dykeman, you always hit him out there off the camera well, I think. Yeah, he was pretty excited about that one, you know, that 3-0 pitch. He teed off on it, that's for sure. But how about Hal Hughes hitting his first home run? I just chewed Hal out for hitting a pop fly to center field, you know, and I said, I'd rather see you strike out than hitting a lazy fly ball. So when he hit that next home run, he kind of gave me the stink eye when he came back into the dugout. I said, well, it's okay if you hit it in the air as long as it goes out of the ballpark. That'd be okay.
You said at media day Hilliard was special because of his spin on the pitch.
Yeah, he's got a tight spin on that curveball, RPM. What does that mean? Rotation per minute? Something like that?
Sounds right. Sounds good enough.
Huh? Okay. Yeah, he spins the ball like a major leaguer spins a curveball, and because of that, it's hard to pick it up, and it dives at the very end. That was Ma'Khail's vintage curveball today that you saw, but the key for him is throwing his fastball for strikes with that cutting action, and he did that as well. I thought Ma'Khail was really terrific tonight in every way. Okay.
You did not get your Bo Jordan T-shirt.
No, I won't be buying any Bo Jordan T-shirts. I can assure you of that.
How about the bottom of this lineup just really stepping up over the past couple of games?
The what?
The bottom of the lineup just coming through when we needed it most.
Yeah, well, you know, we moved Brandt up to the top of the order today because we kept Cabrera out because we wanted to have him pitch. And, you know, Brandt did some good stuff again tonight. I don't remember exactly how many hits he had, but Hal was really, he carried the weight there, that's for sure. It was nice to see Jake Slaughter get a couple of base hits as well. Okay?